Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to what's going to be phase 2 of my DIYary series, which is really exciting. If you're new here, hi, my name's Hermione and I have a series on my channel where I document all of the renovations on my crumbly old Victorian house, which is looking a lot less crumbly nowadays, but there's a couple of rooms at the back of the house that desperately need a renovation and I'm actually going to get started on them very, very soon. Oh, hello! I'm just jumping in to let you know that today's video is very kindly being sponsored by Squarespace. You might already know that I host my website with Squarespace. I absolutely love it. I'll tell you a little bit more about that at the end of the video. But for now, if you want to check out Squarespace, you can get 10% off and a free trial by using the link in the description below. So the bedroom and the bathroom. The bedroom itself is the smallest room in the house. Often we in the UK call this the box room because, you know, it's the smallest room in the house and you can generally just fit like a bed and a few pieces of furniture in there. The room next to it is currently just a boiler cabinet, a very dusty, unloved boiler cabinet. But when I first moved into the house, it was a toilet. The bedroom actually used to be a communal kitchen because this used to be some kind of flat share and it's not the nicest room in the house. I'm not gonna lie to you. That orange on the wall, it's gotta go. It's just gotta go. These rooms haven't been empty since I basically finished the renovations in the house. My family have been using the bedroom for file storage. I've mentioned this a few times, but they had a lot of files. It's a complicated, very boring story, but they had a lot of files. I let them store the files in the bedroom for a couple of years. It felt like decades, perhaps even eons, but the files are now taken away. They're going to where files go to die, which is, I think, a shredding company, and they're gone. The boiler room that's going to become a bathroom was my Monica Geller DIY cupboard, and over the last couple of weeks I've been clearing this out, trying to get rid of all of the stuff that's in there, and I realized very shamefully that most of the stuff that was in there was rubbish. Just rubbish. There's a lot of skirting boards and architraves and things that had come off of the walls and been replaced, but I kept it because I thought I might need it, but I didn't need it at all, and now it's gone. So it's looking a lot emptier in there now, which is really, really nice. And I can kind of see how things are gonna take shape. However, I need to take a little bit of space from the bedroom without making it so small that you can't use it as a bedroom anymore, because I want to turn the bathroom into a full bath so that I've got 2 in the house, and hopefully, fingers crossed, it might increase the value of the house. We're going to turn it into a shower cubicle, toilet, sink, little bathroom. Let me kind of show you how that's going to look. Okay, so here's the room that's going to turn into the bathroom. As you can see, there used to be a toilet in there, as it so graciously points out on the door. So as you come in, the toilet is going to go in the space where it used to be in that corner. The door is going to have to be rehinged so that it comes outwards, and the only way that it can do that safely is to come up against this wall so it doesn't knock people in the face when they're coming downstairs. And that will give a bit more space to the inside of the room. Will also mean I can put a small sink here without completely blocking the exit. And believe it or not, this wall is the only stud wall in the entire house. So this is able to be knocked down, and we're going to take some space from the room next door. So this is what's on the other side of the wall, and the whole wall is completely going to be knocked out. And the new wall is going to be built in place just before the window, which should give an extra meter of length to the whole room. And now back into this room that will become the bathroom. As you can see, it looks a little bit like a building site. So I just want to talk you through a few of the things that are going to happen in here to make it a little less grimy. The window, although it's really pretty and old and wooden, needs to be replaced because birds like to come in through here. And we'll have a new double glazed window in here that will give it more warmth in the winter, and it will have a half and half opener so it will circulate the air through the room. This absolute beast is going to be boxed in and covered up. That'll have a door so it can be accessed when it needs to be. Gonna have some new spotlights in here as well, which I regret not putting in my other bathroom, so I might try and get a couple in there, but we'll see. And here, as you can see, this is a plaster wall and it's really thick and very damaged. And this is actually going to be panelled. It's going to be all completely plasterboarded up and then panelled on top. I'm not sure how it's going to be done, but I'm hoping it's going to cover the pipes up a little bit. And my plumber told me that it's going to have a tiny little shelf that comes out, which will be really handy because there's not going to be much storage space in here at all. So yeah, I think that's pretty much what's going to happen with the bathroom. I'll keep you updated when it gets underway. As for the bedroom, which still has a couple of things in here that need to be moved out this evening, I do think it's just going to be a case of a very small bed and some small pieces of furniture, which I have lots of around my house. Part of me wants to paint it a really pale, dusky pink. I don't have a pink room, and I feel like it'd be really nice. The floorboards I will cover up with carpet. This is what I've got going through the top floor of my house. I know they're beautiful floorboards and would come up very, very nicely, but in the UK, most bedrooms do have carpet because it keeps the heat in the winter. And these floorboards are quite creaky and have very big gaps. I'm not opposed to keeping them for the time being though, because I think this project will go on a bit longer than the bathroom. Once I've moved all the stuff out, the first thing I will tackle once the bathroom is done is this hideous orange colour. The door needs work as well, and there's some tiles on the wall there that need to come off, but I think this will be the easier part of the project. I know there's a lot of talking and not much doing going on in this video. The construction is about to start taking place, but I really wanted to show you all of the stuff that's going into this and share with you some of my inspiration, the plans that I'm putting together, the finishes that I'm thinking about using, because I was never able to do that at the beginning when I first started renovating the house. And that's the thing that I think is most helpful if you're doing a project like this. You want to see all of the different decisions that have to be made. So I wanted to share a little bit more of that. So here's the fun part. This is my kind of design ideas and the inspiration that I'm putting together for the bathroom and for the bedroom. So let's start with the inspiration for the bathroom, and this came from one item I knew I really wanted. It's these charcoal grey tiles. I have the dove grey version in my current main bathroom, and they're originally from Laura Ashley, but the tile company who made them have gone out of business, so now they are Laura Ashley inspired tiles. I actually got mine sourced from a local company. They're the same place that I got the original tiles from, and they actually said that the new ones are much better quality, so I guess that's good news. From here I was able to pick my fixtures, and I wanted to go with something different to my other bathroom, so I'm going with a matte black for the fixtures. I thought this would look really, really nice with the tile, and then I could go quite plain on the walls. I'm also getting a matte black shower tray, and I think it's going to look very interesting. So to help you out if you're planning a bathroom renovation, this is the cost breakdown. The tiles cost me about £230 for the floor tiles, and the ones that go in the shower cubicle, I've just got a plain Metro tile, white. The bathroom fixtures were over £800. I will list those in a minute. And then as you can see, this was the price of the labour, including all of the electrical work, the plastering, the panelling, and fitting all of the toilets and that kind of stuff. So these are the bathroom fixtures that I needed personally for my space. Yours might vary, but bear in mind I did go for the pretty inexpensive side of the bathroom fixtures. You can go way more expensive than I did, or if you look around you might get a good deal on some more basic looking fixtures in maybe a chrome colour if you want to keep to a lower budget. And just very quickly with the bedroom, I'm not actually sure what I'm going to do with it yet because I keep changing my mind, but these are things I know need doing. I need a radiator fitted, I need to remove the cooker plug, the tiles, and get a new light fixture to replace the old one that's there. Once those things are done, I can start planning and preparing the space. So now the next phase is to actually get this work underway. I am so excited about it, and of course I'm going to update you as soon as it happens. But for the meantime, that is pretty much it for what's going on here. Before I jump back into the video, I bring you a very quick commercial break. Thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring this video. I love Squarespace. I've recently redone my website using Squarespace, so if you want to check it out, I will link that down below. It's looking a lot more fresh. And you know what? It only took me a couple of hours to completely redo the whole thing. Squarespace is so easy to use, and you can use it to create blogs, email campaigns. You can integrate it with your social media, and it gives you a really good background information on your analytics and your traffic flow. So it's really great if you want to make your own website or a shop or something like that. It's so easy to use, and some of the templates are absolutely gorgeous and very minimal, super customizable to exactly what you want. And I also added on my website a page full of pictures of when I first got the house, so it's really weird to look back on these pictures and see how far I've come. But if you want to have a nosy, go look at the website. I'm going to leave it down below. And if you want to try Squarespace for yourself and get 10% off and a free trial, I'm going to leave my link down below. Go and check it out. And as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, I've always wanted to talk about what my long-term goals for this house are, because I do get a few questions. So I thought that this would be the perfect video to kind of talk about that for a little while. Hopefully I don't bang on for too long about this, but I do get a lot of questions like, why are you selling the house? Why would you ever want to sell a house that you've put so much love and care into? Where would you be going? Like, why, basically? And to start off, I should probably say that I've mentioned before, this house was kind of an investment property at the beginning. I've always wanted to do up, in particular, a Victorian house from scratch and just really try and keep some of that character but modernize it to a really lovely standard, and then one day maybe sell it on, fingers crossed, make a tiny bit of profit, and then do it again and do it again and do it again until maybe one day I can afford to live in a big city like London. As you probably know, house prices in London are very expensive, and I just wanted to get my foot on the property ladder. I always knew this wouldn't be my forever home, but I've kind of fallen in love with it in the process. I knew this would happen, but I really love this house. And I've actually been here way longer than 2 years now, and 2 years was the idea at the beginning, and now we're looking at maybe another year. I don't know. I really don't know, especially because, you know, Corona came along and changed the housing market potentially. So I really don't know what's happening and when. So at the moment, I'm not planning on moving right this very second, but I'm still getting everything in place to be able to move if the opportunity comes up. And maybe in a year or so, I might be looking at moving somewhere else. There's just lots of ifs, ands, and buts at the moment. But I quite like that. I like being an open book, and I like not having to make any decisions right now. And I'm just thankful that I have this roof over my head and I have a house that I absolutely love that has become my home, even if I do love it a bit too much. As for why I'd want to move, well, most of my friends, my family, my mum, my work is in London or within, I don't know, an hour or so of London. And I live on an island. It's not super far from London, but it's not practical, and a lot of my relatives who do live here and my 2 best friends who do live here might not be living here forever. So I have to kind of be prepared to eventually move, and that might happen quite quickly at a moment's notice. That's not really how house selling works, but you know what I mean. I am keen to try and move somewhere that is a little bit more exciting and just has a bit more for me to do. This obviously wasn't supposed to be forever, and I'm still in my 20s, and I want to be with my friends, and I want to go to art galleries, and I want to be able to go out on the weekends, but I'm kind of stuck in the middle of nowhere right now. That being said, I absolutely adore this house, and if I could pick it up and move it with me, I would, but yeah, I'm thankful for it right now. And right now it's just everything I've ever wanted. So yeah, it will be hard to part with, but at some point the time will come. I just don't know what form that's going to take or when. And let's face it, if I do move to London or close by, my next DIYary project is probably going to be a room. But it will be a cute room. We're gonna make it cute together. Anyway, that's everything for today's video. If you haven't done so already, don't forget to subscribe, and then you can see all of the DIY renovation projects coming up. They'll be coming up quite soon, so keep your eyes peeled. With all of that being said, happy renovating, and I'll see you next time. Bye.